200 laps, 500 miles to start the 2024 season. Green flag, the Daytona 500 is underway. Still building speed in the back straightaway.
Well, they're building speed, Mike, but the one thing I can tell you about the start of this race that all the drivers are going through is going to be experiencing the speed of the pack that they haven't experienced all week. All 40 cars in the pack, they've only raced against half the field so far, and right now they're all lined up, building speed, but speed that they haven't felt before this week.
I think this weather's going to play a role in it. Mike, you told us about the weather. Sun's out. You can see it shining down on this racetrack and on these cars. These boys are going to have their hands full here in a few laps, and these things start slipping, sliding around, and tires wear out.
And after 2 solid days of soaking rain, you don't want to end up in that infield grass. That will be a difficult escape.
Well, we qualified at night. We raced in the duels at night. You see the sun shining like Clint is going, like Clint is talking about, and these guys are going to experience that as they get 10, 12, 15 laps into this run. But the thing I can tell you is it will also go through a bigger swing today because of the fact that we're starting in the sun and going to end in the dark.
They're lined up like the pace lap, but they're doing 186 miles an hour.
Man, Clint, there is nothing like the sound of these race cars when they come by you, and you hear those cars come by our cameras and rattle in the cameras, and the speed of the cars as they go down the back straightaway there. There is nothing like it, and the drivers are still a little bit tense.
Well, right now it's bumper to bumper traffic as we know it, right? Nowhere to go, just follow the leader. Shortly, you're going to start seeing, we got a pair of Fords in the front, Toyota's the second row. You see a Penske car, you know that's a Logano teammate. These boys are going to start finding each other. It's just a matter of when and how.
And it's just like they experienced Thursday night. The beginning of this race is really, how does my car feel? Is it hitting the ground? Am I comfortable in the seat, steering? And we see the same excitement that little guy sees in the grandstands watching our screen right here.
The other thing about this race in particular, we've watched the duels. I heard you say that's a half a field, half a pack. This is the first time all of these guys have felt their cars running this speed. Larry showed us how much of a difference just one car makes behind. Can you imagine a whole field, 40 cars back there making it?
All right, here's the first breakout up in turn number 3, 3 wide, about 7 or 8 rows back. Things starting to move in mid-pack. Ross Chastain was the first to break out to the outside. There you see his blue and white number 1 with Josh Berry behind him.
Well, that's the two strategies that the other drivers are on in the back of the pack. How do I get to the front? And Ross Chastain's like, man, I'm going to tow this pack with me. And you see a lot of guys in that outside line lined up behind him wanting to be aggressive and get to the front of this pack fast.
Well, he ain't the only one either. Other guys will get greedy. You see Brad Keselowski in that 6 car jumped up in front of him. He won't be the only one coming to the front.
John Hunter Nemechek, the 42, he's looking up high. Maybe perhaps trying to hold both the middle and the high lane back in his 42.
Can't be iffy in these decisions, Kevin. That spotter says clear up, you better be there.
Oh, crash! 2 cars slammed together, and Harrison Burton takes a wild